Hey, what's up everyone? YankeeBaseBlog here. It is Monday, May 20th, 2013, and this past week the Yankees were 4-3. They had a very busy week. I mean, of course, yesterday's game was rained out. They were supposed to play 8 games on the week, but they only got 7 in. They started off their week, which should have been a day off, by playing a doubleheader in Cleveland to make up 2 rained-out games that were supposed to be played in April, and they lost the first game 1-0. I mean, Justin Masterson was phenomenal on the other side, and Jason Kipnis hit a home run in the first inning for the Indians, and that was the only run to score, and so pretty quick game, I think. But in the second game, the Yankees won 7-0, so you always want that when you play a doubleheader. You want to at least win one, if not both. So, to round out the rest of the week, the Yankees lost 2 out of 3 to the Seattle Mariners. And, you know, it's like, what can you do? In the second game, Hughes was just awful. And they ended up losing 12-2. And so it was just kind of funny. Alberto Gonzalez, our former shortstop, he was now DFA'd, but he had to pitch. And Vernon Wells went to second, I think. So it was one of those like comical games where, you know, like remember Nick Swisher pitching for the Yanks. That was really funny. So it was the same thing. It was pretty hilarious. But the Yankees also, they just weren't doing anything with runners in scoring position, especially in the third game. They had a lot of opportunities and they dropped it. But, you know, I'm not going to get on the Yanks for doing this right now because, you know what? I mean, they've been great with runners in scoring position and so much better than last year. And you know what? If they're not going to score in one game, they're not going to be productive in one game. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, rant. Because it's just one game, it's one loss, and the Yankees turned it around very quickly and beat the Toronto Blue Jays in the first 2 games of the series, and obviously yesterday's game was rained out. So, mini sweep again, and it's more important for the Yankees to beat the AL East teams. I mean, especially when you can beat them, when you're capable of beating them, because why are we worrying about teams in other divisions when the only thing we should be worrying about is being in first place in the AL East? And obviously you want to win every game, but every game is not going to go your way. So probably the biggest thing that happened this week was that Andy Pettitte was put on the 15-day DL. It's almost comical at this point. There are more people on the disabled list on the Yankees than are on the actual roster. And no, I mean, he has a strain in his left trapezius or something. I don't know if that's the right word or if I'm saying it right because I couldn't tell you where it is. I mean, apparently it's below the neck somewhere in your back, but I don't know. I mean, but the thing is that it's really, he's just gonna miss maybe 2-3 starts at the most, and the Yankees are calling up, or have called up, Vanel Nuno to take a spot, and he did great in the second game against the Cleveland Indians. I mean, he threw 5 innings of shutout ball. He only gave up 3 hits. And when you ask that of a pitcher, I mean, that's big. That's big. So other injuries include Chris Stewart, who injured his left groin. However, he is not likely to go on the DL. It is not necessary for him to go on the DL. And he will only be used if it's absolutely necessary for him to be in the catcher spot. And Austin Romine, I mean, he's really meeting up to expectations. I'm really happy with what he's been doing behind the plate with pitchers. I mean, the first time he was, you know, catching Hiroki Kuroda, Hiroki pitched 8 innings of 2-run ball. I mean, it's really been great. So I guess the biggest happy news of the week is that Curtis Granderson is back, and he's only played in 4 games so far, but he has 4 hits in 15 at-bats, and of course 3 strikeouts, so Curtis Granderson is back. No home runs yet, so I think that's probably coming soon, and hopefully very soon. So I guess the biggest question of the week is, why is Ben Francisco still on the Yankees, still in pinstripes? I mean, honestly, it's only because he's a righty, and the Yankees do need righty bats, but they need righty bats that are actually hitting the ball and not striking out more than getting hits in... I mean, he has 5 hits and 44 at-bats, and he has 11 strikeouts. So, I'm thinking, let's boot him, please, because the Yankees are literally getting rid of everyone except for him. And just one last thing to mention, the Yankees acquired Reed Brignac of the Colorado Rockies for cash, and, you know, he's hopefully going to help with the infield, and, you know, I remember him being decent with the Rays, but, you know, it's just kind of a temporary fix, and that's really all we need now, because hopefully starting soon, we're going to see a lot more people coming back, Youkilis, Teixeira, and it's going to be okay, hopefully. But right now, the Yankees are playing well, and I'm not complaining, so I'll see everyone next week. I hope you all have a great one, and of course, I hope the Yankees have a great one too. Bye.